You ever thought about putting on one of these electronic door locks where you just hit a number on the keypad and open the door, don't have to fool with the key? We're going to do one coming up. I'm Roger, welcome to the shop, and what I'm going to be doing in this video is putting one of these electronic keypad door locks on the service door to our house, it's a garage. The door is going to get replaced, but it may not get done till spring. But in the meantime, I've already put one of these on the shop door here, and I really like it. I don't have to fumble around with the key and stuff, and it's easy to just use my pinky or even the index finger, but usually I've got my hands full of stuff, and I just hit the 4-digit code on the keypad and open the door, just like that. So I'm going to show you how this goes. It's not really all that difficult. Programming may seem to be a little bit confusing, but I'll try to explain that as we go. But I'm going to be taking off a existing doorknob and replacing it with this. Yeah, yes, it's an old door that you'll see, and it's going to get replaced, but probably not till spring. Okay, right here's the doorknob I'm going to be replacing. This door, we put this door on our house when we built it, however, it came off of our old house. It wasn't really that old then, but before we tore the old house down, we did take this door off and repurpose it to use as a service door in the house garage, and it served its purpose well, but it's due to be replaced, and we're going to be doing that here probably come spring, and definitely going to get one with the grills on the inside of the glass like we have on the rest of the doors. So these are a royal pain to clean. One of the first things you're going to want to do, of course, is take the old doorknob off. I don't remember what brand this was, but normally the screws are horizontal and not vertical like this one is. It's a little unusual. And this one here is mortised in. This is a steel door, but it's this door is quite old. I'll have to see if the opening's large enough for the slip in, or if I'm going to have to put the mortise plate on. It's going to depend on your door. Looks like it's big enough for that. Okay, the contents of the box. This is Tru Bolt brand. There's a lot of different brands of them. The installation's all pretty much the same. And you get the little sticker that says if there's something wrong with it, not take it into the store and call them. But if you got a problem with one, I might be taking it back. Of course, there's an instruction book in there, a little QC seal. We've got this little box of parts and pieces, the interior portion, it's the exterior portion with the keypad. I'll get rid of the trash there. And in this box will be the throw and some keys. You can still use a key to open this door if the battery should go dead, or you forget your code or whatever here. It looks like I could do this one either way. I may leave that on since I've already got a mortise in the door. But this plate right here will slip off if it's just a direct mortise fit, or a direct fit without a mortise. But since we have the mortise in here, and the screws even line up. And there's some packages of screws in here. And there's a couple little tiny silver ones. You definitely don't want to lose those out of the package because you're going to need them when you put the interior part on. And they're very small. And you'll need a number 1 Phillips for that. For everything else, a number 2 Phillips works fine. I'm not going to change the strike plate on the door jamb since we're going to be replacing this door. I'll just hang on to it and we'll use that later. If you've never done a door lock before, the sloped part of the throw goes towards your strike plate on the door jamb. Don't put it in backwards. And the back set And I probably should have set that ahead of time. Oh, there it is. The back set. And the outside portion goes on first. A couple screws that will secure it. Package open here. It's like 36 degrees, so it's a little chilly out here today. So here's the keypad part, and you'll see there's a wiring thing on the back that goes above the throw. So it'll go above this piece here. And on this part here, there's the battery cover, which this is up, so the battery cover goes up. A little screw right here you need to take out so you can get to the back plate. But don't lose it. You'll need it later. So you take that out and this back plate comes off. On the back of this, it'll say top, this side towards the door. And your little wiring harness that's coming out from the other side goes through this slot right here. It sits on the door like so. A couple little flathead machine screws that go in and go into the faceplate. Take a look and make sure everything's nice and straight before you snug the screws up. You don't want to over tighten them though either. You can strip them out or break them or dent your door. Or you don't want to get carried away there. And you want to make sure that the throw works. On the back side of this is a little tiny jack where this wiring harness plugs into. And it can be kind of a stinker to get in, and this is going to be quite the challenge since it's so cold. And it'll only go in one way, so don't try to force it. Next, there's a long screw that actually goes through the bottom part. The wiring harness just folds up behind the battery compartment. You may have to fiddle with the knob a little bit to get everything lined up. There we go. Then I do the bottom screw first because them top two little ones are stinkers. And you don't need to be trying to keep this thing balanced. And I don't tighten that up real tight yet because I want to be able to have some play to be able to do my top screws. Because these little tiny screws that go on top are easy to drop and they're hard to get started. Hard to get out of the package too. Especially when your fingers are cold. Get out of there. This is where you'll need your number 1 Phillips. Just get it started. Don't tighten it up till you have them all in. I'm going to point out a little trick here that maybe you saw me do this. I was a retired electrician for years. One of the things you can do when you're having trouble getting a screw started, do that with your finger. Then you can stick it in there and it'll hold it up there if you don't have a screw holding screwdriver. And I don't have one here right now. This is an old electrician's trick. Something to keep in mind. Okay, once you have everything in and snugged up, and there again, don't over tighten it. Check to make sure it operates. And I need batteries, and I didn't bring any out here with me, so I have to go fetch some of them. I may not have had the camera aimed exactly right when I was doing part of that, and I guess I'll find out when I edit this. But the installation part, these are the little screws I was talking about up top here, and your bottom one goes down here, and you want to make sure everything is functional. It's hard for me to see the camera because of the way the light was, and it is, like I said, it is cold. You'll need 4 AA batteries. And there's little directions on here which direction they go in. And you'll get 2 beeps when it gets power. The little battery cover just slides over the top. Now we get into the programming part. Okay, they do give you a book with this that explains how to program this. I'm going to have to consult with it again because even though I just did one, I don't remember exactly how I did it. But you want to test to make sure it works. Right now it's unlocked. So if you push the little lock button here, hopefully you can see this, that should lock it, and it did. Then the code to unlock it from the factory is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you would push 1, 2, 3, 4 in the little unlock picture. And it unlocked it. Of course, you don't want to leave it that way. So you want to add your own, and you don't want the one, there's a code to program this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you'll want to change that too. And it tells you in here how to do it. But to do your door open code, you have to add a code. And then once you have that code in, you can delete the factory code. Don't leave the factory code in there because 1, 2, 3, 4, that's too easy to figure out. So I'm going to do one here just at random, but I want to add a code. Okay, to add a new user code, you do the passcode, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the unlock button. You're going to add a code, so you hit 1. You hit the unlock button. Then we're going to add code number 2 to this. So you hit the O2. You hit the unlock button. Then you put in your new code. Then you hit the unlock button. You hit the new code again. You hit the unlock button. And that should be saved. So now when I lock the door, which it did, then enter my new code and it unlocks the door. Just like that. Now we want to delete that factory code. Okay, now to delete a code, you put we want to delete the factory code, the 1, 2, 3, 4. So you put in the passcode, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the unlock button. You hit 2 because you want to delete a code, unlock button. The code you want to delete, 2, hit the 2 twice. Start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unlock. Number 2, because we want to delete a code. Unlock. Now the existing code, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also delete all the user codes if you really want to start over. That's using number 3. You know, every brand's going to be different. You want to consult your book for this. But I have this set now, so right now it's locked. So if I put in this code I just did here, this easy one, hit the unlock button, it unlocks my door. And when you want to lock it again, hit the lock button. And we're locked. Somebody just hits the unlock, it doesn't do anything. It stays locked. I want to make sure that factory code is out of there, so I'm going to try to unlock it with that. And you get a red light flashing, which means that doesn't work. So there we go. Now I'm going to turn the camera off and put our regular passcode in. Okay, so that's how you put one of these digital lock sets in. Like I said, it's not all that difficult. The programming part can be a little bit confusing till you kind of get the hang of it, but And it's a lot easier to do if it's not 35 degrees out. It's chilly out here. My fingers are pretty stiff. But this kind of gives you an overview on how to do it. And if you got something out of this, we appreciate getting a thumbs up. It helps the channel. Of course, we're always looking for subscribers. And if you hit that little bell next to the subscribe button, you'll be notified when I post another video. Otherwise, I'm Roger, not in the shop, but outside freezing my tushy off. See you on the next one.